You date and you always take my bait. I've been brainwashing, manipulating, cajoling and maneuvering you. You still don't get it. Always shout, escape the matrix! Escape the matrix! Escape the matrix! I've created my own matrix apparently and made millions, but you don't get it. I've been accused of human trafficking, molestations and other crimes against women so many times, I couldn't even become a world-class kickboxer and chess player. My brother and I started adult webcam business using our own girlfriends, sell fake sob stories to male callers. Baby. We fool men day in, day out. Hence I was given a tag from kickboxer to pimp by the guardian. Oh guardian, I dislike you. Though I was involved in adult webcam business, still I ask youngsters not to watch porn. Look at my hypocrisy. I was also removed from the British reality show after 6 days because producers cited a video of mine where I was hitting a woman with a belt. Oh, with a belt? Oh, but don't go anywhere. There's much more to it. You remember when I called ISIS real Muslims and abused other Muslims?
ISIS are the real Muslims because ISIS do exactly what the book says. Kill everyone who's not a Muslim and chop people's heads off and set them on fire and be fucking raging lunatics.
Then I apologized by saying I'm an atheist and you still bought my story. How naive you guys are. I openly say in the podcast, you cannot be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you, or a child if it doesn't obey you, or a woman if it doesn't obey you. I compared women with dogs and you still don't get it. In one now deleted video of mine, I appear to admit that I relocated to Romania due to what I perceived as the country's less stringent laws regarding sexual assault. Less stringent laws for sexual assaults. You understand my perspective now? Those who have known me as a young man, they say, Tate has been playing this character for so long that he has actually become worse than the character he portrays. Whosoever has said this, I'm gonna find you guys soon. In an interview given to the Rolling Stone by a source familiar with my war room, they accuse me of encouraging other members to get their wives and girlfriends to do online lovemaking work and make a lot of money. Oh, lovemaking work. Love me, love me. Oh, I'm legit and you still don't get it? I've also been accused to train people on how to obtain multiple passports illegally in the war room. Illegal passports? Still I've casted myself as an invincible hero. The guy who has risen from poverty to unimaginable riches. I've also painted myself as a macho that women cannot resist. Oh, I'm such an expert on them and you guys keep paying to learn my methods and you still don't get it. Hey, I'm Andrew Tate. I lied about UK rights, truth I did forsake. Announced it's dangerous to be white, a grave mistake. Compared Palestinians to UK writers, a false equate. Misinformation spread, fueling division, Taliban connection, sealing fate. Hey, I am Andrew Tate. I shout! I bout, I tout all the lies, still you believe me. Hey, I'm Andrew Tate. You say I've inspired many to hit the gym, but on the pretense of propaganda. You say I made you aware about the dark side of women, but on the pretense of lies, and more lies. Still I'm followed by millions. What's wrong with the minions? I was the most searched person on Google because you keep eating my noodle. I somehow make you believe everything I say. And you still don't get it? So, how do I do it? Here I present how to brainwash the youth. I've waged a psychological war on the minds of an unsuspecting youth. My main weapon in this war is thought reform. A type of mass brainwashing that has created a population of docile and obedient men. I learned this from famous author Robert Lifton's book, who devoted his career to studying the thought reform. This term first used in Maoist China. Lifton characterized thought reform as a pandemic assault on mind and reality. So if political groups can use it, why can't I? Thanks to the people who are involved in my PR. They have done a remarkable job. My team's most important step: use thought reform and create the climate of fear, the most effective psychological weapon. Matrix, 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 women, women, women. Keep shouting. It's simple. If you repeat something over and over again and somehow create a sense of fear around it, people tend to believe you. That's what governments, media channels, and the king of pandemics have done, because nothing sells like fear. So people like us, first we create an environment of fear with the help of our PR and public speaking, then we ask the people to escape and come to us. Come on, baby. It's the money game, man. Okay, let me tell you a story at the end. In 1950, North Korea, backed by China, attacked South Korea, and the UN sent troops to help, with the US leading the charge. As usual, US getting involved everywhere. But something strange happened. Captured American soldiers, instead of hating their captors, came back praising communism. Hail communism, hail communism. American soldiers praising communism. Interesting. The US was baffled. They couldn't believe what the heck has just happened. They asked CIA agent Edward Hunter to investigate, and he called it brainwashing. Later, he wrote a book on this by the name Brainwashing and the Story of Men Who Defied It. He termed brainwashing really scary. He said the Chinese were not just teaching the prisoners, they were making them mindless slaves, people who would obey anything. And this reminds me of Benjamin Franklin's statement once again. My son, mob has just got heads, but no brains. Edward writes in his book, they want to change a person's mind so much that they become a puppet, a body with new thoughts forced into it. The idea of an army with no free will terrified the free world. The Korean War showed a new scary side of thought reform. It wasn't just about firing, it was about controlling minds. That's what I learned, folks. And the world will never be the same again. Crooked people control the mind of the masses to control money and power. If they can do it, so why can't I? Why can't I? Listen, my methods are simple. Same methods the Chinese used to influence American prisoners. Prisoners were intentionally weakened physically and mentally, making them more susceptible to influence. Yes, weaken your audience mentally with repeated false narratives and make them do anything. Chinese also isolated their prisoners from their allies, rewarding cooperation with small favors. Yes, isolate your audience and hunt them according to your will. This is not it. Prisoners were subjected to constant lectures and discussions about the supposed benefits of communism and the evils of capitalism. They were also encouraged to criticize their own country. It's simple. Use your gift of the gab with repeated false narratives, spew venom, and make everyone appear evil. You're getting my perspective now? You're getting my methods? That's brilliant marketing strategy, but you will never learn. You will never learn. And people like us will keep making money.